everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I am showing you how to create a Bodice basic pattern with CLO 3D. I'm using a simple method for making this pattern and it is pretty fast. However, with creating basic pattern you should always know that even if you use the most comprehensive and precise methods, you still need to sew the pattern, put it on your body form, avatar or customer, and adjust some points so that the fit is perfect, and that's the same with this method. I'm going to show you how to create this basic pattern in this video, and in next video I show you how to fix some fit issues and improve the fit so that the final product is similar to the next image I'm going to show you. After fitting, the final bodice will be like this, which has better balance and better fit, and I'm going to show you how to do this in the next video. So let's dive in and start making the basic pattern first. Well, the first thing you need for making pattern is getting measurements from your avatar. The measurements you need are marked in this chart you see in the video. You can take a snapshot and put in your measurements later. I also included some calculation which you see there are only a few of them for this method, and I show you later how to apply them. Let me bring the avatar from CLO library. By going to avatar folder, female, I choose Yuna. And for her measurement, I choose size ASCM Missy 10. You can choose any size which is closer to your measurements. Now for the measurements. If you click on this icon, edit measurement tool, you see the measurements. Some of them are captured by CLO, and if you click on any of them, you see the measurements. So the first thing we need is bust, which is here 37 point quarter. Then waist 30 point almost 5. Then we have the back waist height from center back neck. This measurement 16.1. Then we have the bust height from HSP. This measurement is captured in CLO, but the problem is that the high point shoulder HSP, high shoulder point, is a little bit too forward in this measurement. That's why I want to get it about 5/8 backward from this point. With the surface tape measure, I go backward about 5/8 of an inch, and then with the basic measurement tool, basic tape measure tool, I go from here to the bust point, and I get a 11.2, which is close to what I have in my chart, 11.3. The next measurement is shoulder width, which you can click on it by edit measuring tool. It's from this point to this point, and it is 15.6. Bust span is not captured in CLO, but you can easily measure it by the basic tape measure from this point to this point. You get a 7.1. which I have it here. Okay, now that we have all of our measurement, we can start drafting the pattern. First, we need to draw a rectangle, and the rectangle height will be our back waist height from CB neck 16.12, and for the width we give the bust the measurement half of it plus the ease. For this pattern I have used 1.5 inch for half the pattern, so I get a 20.13 as final measurement. How I calculated it that I have divided my chest by 2 and added the 1.5 inch. So with the rectangle tool I click on my 2D pattern window, and I give the 20.12 for width, and I give the 16.112 for the height. Okay, now for the armhole length, I use this formula, quarter of the bust minus half inch, which gives me the number 8.81. I click on this line and offset as internal line and give the amount we calculated, 8 point. This is our armhole line. Okay, now we divide our pattern in half, and for that I choose these two lines with the edit pattern tool, holding shift, right click and distribute internal line. So if I do that, it puts the line in the middle, but then I want to shift this line a little bit towards the back, because I want my front panel to be a little bit wider. So let me first put some annotation which side is front and which side is back to be more clear. So this side is my back and this side is my front. And this is actually my center back neck. So I want to shift this line. I can hold and drag actually by 1/8 of an inch. Okay, next I want to mark my back neck width. I see my calculation. The back neck width is bust divided by 12, which is 3.1. So I split this line, click on it, split on 3.1. Then again I split this line to 3 equal parts, and the way to do that is to select the uniform split and increase the number to 3. Okay, then I see how much is this length, and the same amount I go up 1.03. with internal polygon tool or G I go up 1.03. then I connect this point together, and then with the V I draw the curve for back neckline. Okay, now from the center back neck, measure half of your shoulder measurements. To do that, first I want to delete this point which I don't need anymore, and convert this to baseline, then I can delete this point. Okay, now I see my shoulder width was 15.62 and half of it is 7.81. So I measure 7.81 and I go down 3/8 of an inch with the internal polygon tool and connect to my high shoulder point. So since we are going to have a half-inch dart in our back shoulder, we need to extend this line by half an inch. Let me convert this to baseline so that it doesn't interfere with our work. I think I need to disconnect it first. Divide it. Okay, now it lets us. Okay, extend the line by 1/2 inch. Okay, from the low shoulder point, this one, we go inside with internal polygon tool again, 1/2 inch, and holding shift, we draw a line. This is our guideline for armhole. Let me divide it first. Okay, and then split it in half with the uniform split. So this is the point in which our armhole curve should meet the guideline. Now we can draw the curve with internal polygon tool. First click on this point, then click and hold on this point, and then we can add a point here too and finish it here. Actually, for this point you can draw a guideline with a 45-degree, and it should measure 1 inch. This is a good guide that you know that your armhole curve should meet this point. Later we can also check our armhole shape when are truing seams and putting garment on the avatar. Now the outline of our back piece is complete, and we can trace it out with tracing tool, which you see here. And then we can add our darts. Let's bring it out by selecting the lines. When you click all the lines, holding shift of course, trace as a pattern and bring it out. I need to know the amount of my waist dart for the back, and for that you need to minus amount of your waist from your chest. I have done that before and it gives me the amount 6.75, but you should know that this amount is for the full body and we are making a pattern in half. So you need to divide this by 2, and this is the amount you should take in from your waist measurement. Again, we have 3 darts to do, one at the front, one at the front, one at the back, and one at the side. So if I divide it by 3, it gives me this amount, 1 1/4. I can do that, take this amount from each dart, but again sometimes it's better to get more from your front waist. So I want to have a 138 dart for my front, and for my back and side I choose to have 1 inch. So now that I know that I want to get 1 inch from my side, I know that half of it should go from the back and half from the front side seam. So here I bring it in, bring this point in by 1/2 inch. I will do the same later with the front. And for the dart I need to find the midpoint of this line, but not the line from here to here, the line which is starting from this point up to here. For that I click on the line and divide it or add point to intersection. Now my line is separated. Click on it and split uniform. I draw a line, holding shift so that it's straight. So this is the point which I will add the dart for my waist. For adding the waist dart I need to click on this point with the edit pattern tool, but of course it doesn't let me because we have an internal line. Let's convert it to baseline, and before add a point to pattern outline, and then convert it to baseline. Now I click on this point with edit pattern tool and add the darts. The total width is 1 as I like, and I just increase the length to reach this point. And I press enter. Then I can also bring this point back to where I want. For drawing the shoulder darts, I split the line of shoulder by half. Then draw an internal line from this point to the point of our waist dart. Then I can convert this line to baseline. I just want to know that my dart should be on this direction. Then with the edit pattern tool, I add a dart on this point with the width of the 1/2 inch and length of 3, and press enter. Then I can bring the point of dart to where I'd like. So now that my back is done, I can move to my front. Okay, first let's turn off our 3D window so that we have more room. I just clicked on this small icon here, and now I have only my 2D window. For the front, first mark the neckline at this line and the center front line, and you should mark it 1/12 of the bust, just like how you did it for the back. So I split the line on 3.1. And on center front line, and draw a curve with internal polygon tool. Actually, I can first draw a line and then with the V draw my curve. Now from this point, I measure half of my shoulder. Now I go down 1.5 inch. And connect it to my neckline. To measure the back shoulder line without the dart, you can measure it here, 4.9, and mark it on this line. Okay, now I draw a straight line down from this point, holding shift so that it's straight. Now I move this point, this line, to the right by 3/4. This will be my guideline for creating the front armhole, and I will split this line to 3 by uniform split. And this is the point where my armhole curve should meet the guideline. So, for example, if I start from this point, I can hold and drag here, hold and drag here, and connect it to here. Then I can adjust the armhole shape with these handles to create a better shape, like so. We can also use our smooth curvature tool for this purpose. And now for the chest dart, what we have to do is find the bust point first, and for that we have the bust span at 7.15, which half of it we have 3.57. So I offset this line at 3.57. Let it go. Offset as internal line 3.57. And for the height we use the bust height from HSP, which is 11.3. So if this is our HSP, we draw an internal polygon and try to land on this line at 11.3. Here. So this is our bust point. So from this point we can draw a horizontal line to the side line, and this is where we can create our chest dart. So now that our outline is almost complete, let's bring it out with the trace tool. Holding shift, click on these lines for the front piece and right click, trace as pattern. Okay. Let's clean up these lines. And delete these lines. And this one we need up to here only, and we can convert them to baseline because we just need them for the position of our darts. Same as this. Okay. So first for this dart we can start by creating a chest dart 1 to 2 inches. The bigger your bust is, the bigger this measurement of dart should be. I choose a 2-inch dart for now, and first split my line here on this line which we drew before, and then right click and add a dart 2 inches, and I just increase the length to reach the bust point. Can bring it back where I want, and it automatically throws the seam in CLO. And the amount we had the dart here, we need to add it back to the front panel length. So I right click on this line and offset pattern outline. Okay. Now we just need to make sure, double check our side seam are equal in length. 7.3, 7.29. They are close. We can do this later. For the waist dart, we know that we should add ½ inch here, same as what we did for the back, and we need a 1.38 of a dart for chest dart at waist here. Just need to extend this line back. Then convert it back to baseline, so I know my dart is here. So the width should be 1.37 and we just increase the length. Sorry, total width should be 1.37 and increase the length to be like this, close to bust point. It's close enough. It even should be 1 inch shorter than our chest point, but we can fix that later. So for that, first let's convert this point to curve for removing the 1/2 inch from the waist that side. Okay, now our front pattern is ready. One last thing we have to do is to retract our shoulder line on front by 3/8 and add it back to the back panel. So we can do this by offsetting this line, offset pattern outline, choosing retract, and add it back to the back panel. Choose extend. Okay, now our front and back patterns are almost ready. We need to through the seams and put it on avatar. The last step is truing our seam, making sure all of our pattern lines are smooth and seams are matching. I start with the back and the neckline from the top. You see this line is not very good and smooth, so I use this smooth curve tool and create a better line, like so. So you should try to make these angles 90°. You can see the angles by this icon. Turn it on by show angle. Right now you see it's 87. The good thing about this tool is that you can use the handles and change the angles easily, like so. Okay, now this is better for me. I go to this dart and I see it's not very smooth. Again, I don't need this point. I can click on the dart, holding shift, click on the both lines and edit dart. It gives me another point, but it's okay. You can even play with this line to have a more smooth shape. Now the armhole. Armhole again is not very smooth. This line I don't need, so I change them. I delete this line and I change this line to baseline. All of these lines convert to baseline, and then with curvature tool I get up to here. So the way you use this tool is that you click on the first point, then second point, click on the blue line and then bring the next line to it where you want, then press enter. Same thing here. Again, I don't need this line. Can extend this to pattern outline and then convert it to baseline because I don't need it for now. Okay, again with the smooth curve tool I make this line better, but I make sure that I'm meeting this 1 inch guideline that I had before. Okay, my side seam is okay. This dart is fine. This angle should be again 90°. We can fix that. by the handles. 89 is close enough. Now the front neckline. Again with the tool, we go from here to here. This angle at front should be 90. This angle we'll check later. Front armhole shape looks fine. We'll check it later when we match up with the back. The side seam dart is too close to bust. It usually should be 2 inch shorter, so I make it 1 inch shorter. And this one too, bring it a little bit down so that it's 1 inch away from the bust point. Okay, looks fine. Let's measure our side seam is 7.32 at back, same at the front, which is good. They should have similar same length. Delete this point we don't need. Okay, now for matching up, I match up front and back at side seam by edit pattern tool. I click on this line holding shift and say match up to end. This line could be a bit smoother, so I choose from here to here. Okay, and then for the armhole, what I do is to match up these two lines to start. I think this line could be a little bit more smooth. Okay, convert this line to base because this is internal line, doesn't let us to choose the pattern outline. Okay, fix it in a way which in a way that you have a smooth shape here and here too. Okay, so that's for the side seam and armhole shape. Here now we can fix the armhole at top as well by selecting these two lines, match up to end. This line seems pretty smooth. It's okay. Now for the neckline, match up to start. Okay, this one we can fix a little bit more so that this curve is smooth. And again, this angle should be more closer to 90 degrees. Okay, I am happy for now. I rotate this piece to grain line, turn off my angle, bring back the 3D window, archive this because we don't need it for now. So we need symmetrical pieces for our garment, so I click on these two and Ctrl D, press Ctrl D, or symmetric pattern with sewing. I want to arrange my pieces neatly around my avatar so that when I go to my 3D window they are in correct position. So if this is our front, these two will be our back. Okay, now if I press this icon, reset 2D arrangement, they come here neatly. I don't want to see baseline here or internal line, so I turn that off. Let's put them up. I click on all of them and put them on top of avatar, show arrangement point, and first put my front pieces here. And then put my back pieces here. Okay. Now I can start sewing. I start by center front with a N or section sewing tool, and the back pieces I sew them together. Then the shoulder I use the free sewing tool or M. While I see on the avatar, I go from this point to this point, and then holding shift I sew here, and then the side seam I select this line, and holding shift I go from here to here, and that's it. Press simulation. Okay, that is done. Our basic pattern is complete. As I said before, there are some fit issues that we need to fix for better and improved fit. In the next video, I show you how to apply those fit corrections. Thank you for watching, and see you next Saturday.